Welcome back to the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. It's Let's Play with returning to for the first time, and I don't know, it's been a while. It's fantastic, I've forgotten what I was doing. We are in an abandoned power generation station, hydroelectric dam. Controls are so floaty and light, and I feel like I'm dancing on the air. Also, make pain in the ass to play. Still, let's have a poke around the old building, because I haven't done that yet. Perhaps it will give us a clue as to where we're going next. Or rather, maybe it'll give us a clue as to how to get where we're going, because we know that we're going to the Grand Grift House. I've known that for some time now. Some time. It's just been a matter of getting there now. It's fantastic! Look at that! Nothing! And excellent. Excellent. That would probably be the biggest problem with these sorts of games, where it's sort of like got the heavy exploration element. You're like, you want there to be something to reward a player for their explorations, and there aren't. You just wander around like looking for stuff. You wonder, did I miss something? Did I miss something important? Yes, you did. Just all sorts of fantastic and important things, and that is all your fault. I'm sorry, that's the way it goes. There is nothing to find. It's kind of a gripe, because I mean, it looks fantastic. There's a big area, but there's nothing here. I'm going like full range around the place. And for what? Invisible walls and just stuff. It's always kind of bothered me, because I am the sort of person I love a good mystery, provided that I get my answers as well. Because I'm wandering around and I'm looking for answers. I'm going, I want some answers to these questions. What is this place? What are the ruins? What happened here? Why are these statues all ritual looking and all over the place? You know, I like that lore and world building stuff, and I guess I'm not the sort of person who likes that to be left up to imagination. A certain extent maybe, but provide at least some basic stuff. I don't know. Like, am I explaining myself well? I don't know if I am. You've got to have this sort of, at least basic explanation on which to base your assumptions when you leave those sort of blank spaces in the story, so that you've got something to work off of, rather than creating it entirely from scratch yourself. How did we even get to be talking about this? Am I saying that the exploration isn't rewarding? Of course. That's what I was talking about. To a limited extent it is. Oh, okay, that just turns it off again. What am I doing? Obviously I want to turn it on because it was off. Well, it was on when I came in, and then it turned off. So I want to turn it on again, and therefore something will happen over here, I guess, and it'll be good. And it'll allow me to finally progress past the invisible walls which blockade me at every turn. Or it won't. One of the two. There's always the other option. Not doing anything at all. Great. Okay, we're obviously going to have to dig about to find a way to progress. I'm just thinking, do we go back? Is that the answer? I think we'll open the door rather than lock ourselves inside the building. I have the feeling that locking ourselves inside the building would be a bad thing. And wow, the frame rate just tanked there. That was terrible. Assuming this building is our answer, but we've got all sorts of wires and junk running out of it. Maybe one of these doors will open for us now. Some of them have voltage symbols on them, so I assume that they're like electronic doors. That's why they couldn't open them before. There you go, that's using your head. I hate it when games make me do that. Have to use my thinking muscle. Ugh. I prefer trial and error myself. Just bumble through and see if I can solve the puzzle without needing to think with my brain. Ah. It's painful and I don't like it. Okay, there you go. There you go. Fantastic. It doesn't do anything. Does the station need to be off first, maybe? Maybe it's the power locks. Keep it locked when the power's on, and then when the power's off, the lock's unlock. And that's how you get in. Which I guess would make more sense considering the fact that the power station was running when I was in here before, and now it's not running, so... yeah, no, that actually makes more sense to me. Whoop, there you go, there's the solution to your puzzle. Game, turn the power off in order for you to progress, and then you turn it back on to basically stop yourself from progressing. Why is this even here? What purpose does it serve to let me turn that back on again? Yeah, we thought that since there was one crank there, you should be able to turn it. That's excellent gameplay. In that following logic, therefore, I should be able to turn the other cranks, which I can't, or open any of the doors, which I also can't. Oh, maybe I can cross... maybe I can cross the river. I mean, lesser flow? Does that do it? Is that the answer? It is! Okay, good. Good. I suppose I should be thankful. We're back on our path. We've stopped dicking around in this general boring area. Now the music begins to mount. As we progress deeper into the dark heart of this place. A heart blacker than that of any man who has ever lived. Poetic, isn't it? Let's continue. The horrendous elements of this horror title is, psychological and junk so far. Will there be anything terrifying to come? Oh, will there? Judging by the way the music is starting to soar and be all pretty like, I think that maybe it might be scenic.
I could feel him. A pinprick of light in the darkness. He would know me. He would know why I'd come.
You see, I'm still running with the theory that your character is fictional. Because Ethan writes a lot of stories. This is all a story. That's not spoilers, by the way. That is just me guessing. I could be wrong. I feel that I'm right, though. I generally am when I make a guess about plot. And I made this guess about, 20 minutes into the game? You played 20 minutes, I know the story's gonna go. I gotta say, it looks fantastic out here, though. And I had been meaning to finish this. I did actually do a little bit of research, and apparently there is a monster in the game, but only one. And a very, very clever thing, I think, because usually when you play a psychological horror, you're not expecting so much the jump scares and junk, and horror does come from that sort of build-up, that suspense and tension which is created from the expectation of the encounter rather than the encounter itself. It is the suggestion of the monster that is the true horror rather than the monster itself, and very Lovecraftian vibe. Lovecraft understood that. That is the key to Lovecraftian horror, you see. It's not the tentacle beasts, which so many people seem to get wrong. It's like, oh, Lovecraftian horror, Cthulhu, tentacle monsters. No, it is the suggestion of what the monster represents. And anyway, by only having one monster in the game, you got this sort of tension and build up, and you think, oh, when is it going to happen? And then you sort of start to relax and think maybe there isn't a monster at all. Maybe I'm safe. And then, bam, monster! And it terrifies the crap out of you. And then, from that point on, the tension begins to build again, and you know that there had been a monster. Are there other monsters? Are it going to come for you? Is it going to be a repeat scare? But it never comes. But you can't be sure, because the game's already shown that it could happen. It is within the boundaries of the gameplay.
Then
I think that's a good idea.
I have to destroy the room.
Corvus, I'm sorry. Ethan.
can't let you do that. Okay, so focused like usual. Oh, it's a puzzle lock and it's got words. Or letters, rather. I believe we must need to spell the word Corvus. The only question that really remains is, which one do the letters have to go in a specific place? Hopefully no, you just put the word in and it doesn't matter where you put it in, it'll be right. Yes! That, or I was right in guessing that, you know, when you come in the room, the first line up, down. Intuitive, you see. Think about it that way. Fortunately, we could have just come down through the hole in the ceiling. Ooh. Ooh, that looks promising. Is it Ethan? It's Ethan. Oh, he burnt the room and he died. He's at peace at last. Is that it? Give him the old touchy-feely and see what happens. It's not Ethan. What the hell is that? Got weird looking hair. Oh, it's his granddad. Oh, right. No, I know where we are now. Okay, I just gotta say it. These chronology sections are way too easy. They're just like, they're so stupidly easy that they're almost pointless. Can we leave? No. Okay, fine. Thought maybe we could explore the rest of the house, see what it looked like before it got set on fire. No, the chronology is so easy. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one, that was good. Because it was sort of like,
I fought it off. It's okay.
How does it go?
Grandpa, get away from me!
Your grandmother, Gail, is protecting me from it. Ethan, I can help you.
I found Vandergrift's diary. He said for the sleeper to wake up, someone has to suffer. Look! When I found that room, I didn't wake him up. He's trying to wake up now. Vandergrift kept his victims alive. He made them suffer. That's what the sleeper wants.
We need to get in that room.
I can squeeze through. Grandpa, no!
Gail, it has to be this way. The sleeper must not wake. Burning the room won't matter, Ethan. The sleeper's inside us now.
Grandpa! Get back!
We all have to die. Even you. Even me.
Oh, dang! The narrative's pretty good. But the chronology sequence have become so basic. In fact, they're so simple that they might as well not be there. The initial one showed immense promise in the fact that you had to figure out the whole thing, and it was brilliant. And I thought that was really clever and really good. But the last two have just been garbage. They've just been like the exact order that you would expect, and there is absolutely no need to really solve them or anything. I mean, why even bother? They're sort of pointless, and it's a shame because it was an interesting mechanic to start with. Right, it's time. Time to wake Ethan. Ethan, is he the sleeper?
Ethan, wake up.
Dare I wake him?
You stopped it. It was horrible, but you stopped it.
Paul Prospero? Are you really
I'm
here?
sorry, Ethan. I was late. Too late.
You're right. You were too late.
Because you're fictional. Again, that's my theory.
Here. Again. I knew this story. And it was Ethan's as much as it was mine.
Because he
And it
wrote
wasn't
it.
finished. Not yet.
He's writing a story about you. This is what you're playing through. Bridge, yes. There is dam. Church. This place. Stories? Ah, dang it. I have to solve all the stories. There's one in the mine. Oh, that's bad because the mine has a monster in it. So let's go and do the other one instead because that's easier and it doesn't have a monster. And also I'm thinking, might as well get it out of the way because is this series going to continue? Am I going to finish it? I don't know. Because monsters it's terrifying. I don't really want to do it. I'm a coward. I freely admit that. I don't like horror games. I didn't think that this had that strong of a horror element, and that's why I sort of am stupidly bought it. And now I start playing it, and I'm thinking, shit, horror element, great. Okay, so we're gonna find the traps. I know what I'm doing because I half did this before. We just gotta find one that's missing. Oh no, it's reset itself. Okay, fine, fair enough. I know where the other three are. They actually came close to hitting me. I'm wondering, can they? Can these hit you? I'm pretty sure they can. That's one, that's two, there's a pit over here. You can see it. Yeah, there's no way you could fall in that. Not even if you were trying. It's scripted. So pretty much safe. Okay, one more. One more to fill in the gap. And I happen to know precisely where it is. Whoa! Look at that, stick was there. Also, I don't remember this trap. Has that done it? No, there is one more. Okay, that's cool. And I know precisely where it is. As I said before. There we go, all done. Fantastic. Well done, us. Okay, we're somewhere interesting. Just teleported us slightly to the side. Why? Is there any reason for that? I don't know. What am I doing? Oh, these are all bones and shit. Oh, shit. That's a lot of dead people. Again, though, this is one of his stories, so it's not real. What do you have to say? An old man came to a forest every day to drink sap from the trees. To get there, the old man had to step around the dangerous traps. The old man had hidden a jade amulet in the forest. The old man only wanted the villagers to believe this, because then they would search the forest for treasure, and not drink his sap. One cool fortnight, someone set fire to the forest. The fire spread to the village. The old man, he escaped the fire by covering himself in sap. When he returned to the village, all he found were the villagers' bones. The old man sat down and cried, and then he drank some
Ethan,
sap.
I told you, you can't be here.
But Gramp, I wrote something for you.
That's real nice. Thank you. Just leave it. I'll read it later.
There we go, a bottle of sap. I'm gonna say the story wasn't really up to the same quality as his past work. Hello? One did in a house fire. Bayfield County. One fire damaged the historic home in Red Creek Valley Wednesday morning. According to officials from the Bayfield County Fire Department, a family of 6 was asleep when the blaze broke out at the remote house once owned by Albert Vandergrift. 47 Old Ogden Road, Red Creek Valley. Gail Carter, 58, was pronounced dead at the scene. Remaining family members were able to escape. Carter's husband, Edwin, 62, told investigators that he had fallen asleep with a lit cigarette in his hand. Firefighters were dispatched to the scene at 1:22 a.m. and remained at the scene until around 5 a.m. Wednesday, when they returned to the property 4 hours later to extinguish hotspots which had rekindled. Assisting in the initial fire was Ashland Township Volunteer Fire Department. Masonville's emergency medical services were on standby at the scene. Alright. Cool. So that's how his grandmother died. In a fire. Which means that the Vandergrift house was already burnt down before this all started. So he didn't burn it down. So therefore, supporting my theory that this is all in fact a fiction. What is it? We shall find out in coming times. In fact, in the next episode, which will be coming soon. Look forward to it.